Hello, I'm Sam Suber. Welcome to the pilot episode of the Optimized Library, solving the puzzles of modern library management. In this series, we're going to look at the toughest logistical challenges libraries face, from staffing to collection development, and solve them using a powerful, often overlooked tool, Excel Solver. It's important to note that Solver is a standard built-in part of Excel. You likely already have it installed and ready to go. Essentially, it's an optimization engine that finds the best possible solution to a problem by balancing your specific goals against the real world constraints that you face. Today, we're starting with a common heading, the open access budget. In academic publishing, impact scores are everything. But when you only have $10,000 to cover faculty fees across multiple departments, deciding what to fund feels like a high stakes gamble. I'll show you how a simple yes no binary model can maximize your library's total impact while keeping distribution fair. If you're new to Solver, check the description for my Maximizing Impact using Excel Solver for Optimal Library Budgeting blog post. Otherwise, let's build our first model. So this is our model. We have different paper titles. We have different journal titles. The departments where these are coming from, the cost to make them open access, and the impact scores for these associated journals. We also have this fund column to decide whether we're actually going to fund to make these articles open access. We also have this total impact and total spent cells. Total impact for this cell right over here. This represents the combined value or reach of the funded products. It measures the return on investment, so the higher the number, the more scientific or academic influence you're generating with the money you spent. This is the objective of our model. The total spent cell is this is the actual amount of money allocated to the projects selected for funding. It acts as a financial guardrail, ensuring that the cost of your chosen papers stays within the maximum budget limit. In this case, $10,000. So that's this cell over here. So before we can actually uh, activate Solver, we need formulas for the total impact and total spent cell. So I'm going to use the sum product function. So if you follow me, I'm going to say like equals sum product, and I'm going to multiply the impact score with the fund column. Now for our total spend column, I'm going to use the same function again. So I'm going to use sum product. So equals sum product. And I'm going to multiply the cost multiplied by the fund code, or the fund array, if you will. Okay, so, and I gotta check on that. So now that we have our formulas, we can activate Solver. So I'm gonna press on Solver here. You go to the Data tab, and you go press Solver. So the first thing we have to do is set our objective. So the objective of our model is to maximize impact. I'm going to click on this, B7. We want to maximize, so we're going to have this checked by changing variable cells, so whether we're going to fund it or not. So this is what we want to figure out. Subject to constraint. So we know that one of our constraints is that we can't spend more than our budget. So we're going to add that constraint. So we're going to press add. We're going to say total spent. So B8 has to be less than or equal to the budget limit. So that's B9. And I'm going to press add. But the only other constraint we have to add is for the fund column. So I'm going to highlight the fund column, F2 through F5, and I'm going to click on the bin constraint, which is actually binary. With a binary constraint, it will tell us whether we're actually going to fund that article or not. If we are funding it, it'll give us a 1, which is yes, or a 0, which is a no. And I'm going to press add. So those are our constraints. I'm going to go back to the solver menu by pressing cancel. So we're going to also go make sure this is checked. Make unconstrained variables non-negative. We don't want any negative solutions in our model, so keep that checked. For our solving method, we're going to click on simplex LP, mainly because this is a linear type problem. So just to review, our objective is to maximize impact. We have to make sure this is checked by changing variable cells F2 through F5. This is what we want to figure out. We can't spend more than our budget, and we want to know if this is going to be a yes or a no answer. So, and we want to make sure that we don't want any negative answers, and we want to use simplex LP. Looks good. We can press solve. And solver found a solution. Press OK. So let's see what happened. So it looks like the Comic Sans Quarterly Journal was funded. The Glutton Science Journal was funded. The Carnival Food Journal was funded. The impact score was is 230, and we almost spent our entire budget of 9,500. So I think we did pretty well. But say, for example, you have an equity constraint at your library. Let's give the example that your library has to spend, open access money on the business department at least one journal a year. And we can see clearly in this model that it does not do that because we can see that the impact score was so much lower than the other journals. So to change that, we simply need to add another constraint. So let's do that. I'm going to press on solver again and press add. And I'm going to press F3. Click F3. So that's highlighted here. And I'm going to make that equal to 1. This will ensure that what the solver solution has to pick the business journal no matter what solver figures out. So I'm going to press add. I'm going to press OK. Oh, cancel. And we're going to press solve again. Let's see how we did. So yeah, in this model, the business journal was funded. We can see that our impact score is slightly lower, and we have $1,500 to spare, so we didn't spend our entire budget. And we can see that the Carnival Food Journal was left out because we're limited by our budget. So yeah, so Solver has many solutions that you can work through, and this is just one or two examples that you can play with. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.